Mueller Time podcast is sponsored by Diefendorf, the American watch company for people who do life differently. Mel, welcome back to Mueller Time.
Hey, I'm glad to be back. Thank you very much.
Man, you got so much great... Mel, I got to tell you, everyone wanted to know who you were last time. So if there's anything you want to let them know about yourself, you're welcome
Yeah,
to.
I'm just the neighbor.
Yeah.
I'm just the guy next door.
You know, man, that's so much better, too. Like, I've always thought that intros are, like, unless somebody's like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. No, I don't have a movie coming out.
Right.
So I'm just the guy next door.
Like, we have some people like that line up, but the bottom line is it's about who's interesting, you know?
Right.
Just to let you guys know real quick, too, so we set up a Patreon. If you've been listening to the show, this is actually episode 41. We don't ever ask you guys anything, but if you've been digging it, go to patreon.com/MullerTime. It's $5 a month if you like what we do. And believe me, there's a lot more where this came from and a lot planned with our YouTube and all that. So just want to put that out there. And the links are on our social media too. Patreon.com/MullerTime.
Yeah, please subscribe. If you don't, I can't come by.
Yeah. Otherwise, this will be Mel's last show.
This is my last show. If you guys don't subscribe.
We're putting this shit up for ransom, man. That was like a demand, man.
All right. So what's been going on?
Well, I think, I don't know if you got a chance to check the last show, but Chris and I were in great spirits, man, because we were at an all-time high, man, but not 3 days later, man, we're back in the government shutdown.
Government shutdown. But look, we should still have our high spirits because, Mueller's pulling it together. Everybody around Trump has been going down. I now believe he might not last the 4 years.
Speaking of which, as Mueller Time listeners know, my prediction was Christmas Day. So I have 1 day left.
You do have 1 day.
Yeah,
my dream has also been Christmas Day. Mueller just gives us the best gift ever.
Imagine that, though. Everyone, don't count a guy out because Christmas, we could see him marching in the White House and Trump comes out in handcuffs. Or better yet, well, no. Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, that would be good. Now, the other thing, we have this, Mueller has a whole indictment going for it in top secret.
Right. Are you talking about in the secret court when they close the whole floor?
Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah, what do you got going on with that?
So I believe it's Deutsche Bank.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a solid idea.
Right. Exactly. Because as we know, Russians have been parking their money in New York real estate for years, all through Trump. And Trump's been washing all of that Russian money. And the only bank that would still do business with Trump was Deutsche Bank. So
Deutsche Bank, who's Trump's personal banker, Justin Kennedy. A lot of people don't know this. Justin Kennedy, Anthony Kennedy's son.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
a lot of people have thought that there was a deal that went down when Anthony Kennedy suddenly retired out of the blue, involving his personal banker and some backroom dealing.
Wow.
Yeah. I also heard Malcolm Nance say that he thought his personal pick was that it's Saudi Arabia fighting it. But look, none of us know.
Yeah, none of us know. None of us know.
I think
it
Deutsche
could
Bank
be
is
anything.
Yeah.
I think Deutsche Bank's a good guess.
I think it's a great guess, actually. That bank seems to have an issue with being the personal bank of money launderers.
Right. That's what they do.
It really makes you wonder, like, just why that's gone on for so long. So this fool shut the government down. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that?
First of all, they shouldn't be allowed to do this anymore. Shut the government down over just BS like that. That we need to write that out of the Constitution. He shouldn't have the power to just be like, okay, well then no, we shut the government down.
Yeah.
You're using innocent people now, innocent people who have Christmas gifts to buy, New Year's parties to throw, and now they're not getting paid anymore just because you want a border wall and you're going to have a temper tantrum. And, oh, by the way, you're only having that temper tantrum because Fox News told you to.
I want to know, too, how are they going to get paid? And, like, if you're going to do that, we need to pass a law that says that you don't get paid.
Right, exactly. Then none of them should be getting paid, right?
Right.
Because if any part of the government shuts down, then the Senate shouldn't get paid. The House shouldn't get paid. If they allow that to happen, then they shouldn't get paid.
Right.
And that, something like that needs to happen.
That would never happen again. By the way, the world's worst. Literally, this dude is the world's worst negotiator. Do you know that? Do you know that Chuck Schumer offered him? And I didn't agree with this, by the way, either. He offered him $25 billion as long as he protected the DACA recipients for his wall. So this dude, let's really like enjoy this for a sec, as messed up as it is. He was offered $25 billion and DACA, and now he's fighting for $5 billion, and he shut the government down.
Yeah, no, he's a horrible negotiator.
Yeah, the worst.
For sure. And again, he kind of was out of it. He kind of went ahead and said, forget the wall. But then once Fox News brought it up to him and started getting in on him, he was like, oh, yeah, I need my wall back. No, I'm going to shut down the government. I mean, let's just get, at this point, let's give him the $5 billion. That wall won't get done.
You're absolutely right, though. That's exactly what happened. He was on his level, he was okay for a second, and then what was pretty amazing, they turned on him in a way I've never seen. I mean, Fox and Friends turned on him.
That's who's controlling the country right now.
I got to ask, they're always down for him, like they're just a bunch of brown shirts. Why did they turn on him like this at that moment? What do you think?
I don't know. They're still trying to just get ratings.
I mean, Ann Coulter turned on him.
It's got to be ratings. Follow the money, my friend. Follow the money.
And I was surprised to find, I mean, I hate to even say this, but Ann Coulter made a fairly astute, she made an observation that was true, that people will look back on this and say they got nothing, and this was just nothing. I forget her exact words, but it was true. This whole thing.
Right. Well, look, they're not going to get anything. The government has been playing, mouse with this guy forever. And I don't know.
Yeah.
His days are numbered.
Yeah.
Mueller's going to come up with something. Now on NBC, they're falsely reporting that Mueller said that he'll be finished by the end of February, and that's not true.
Yeah, I saw that report. I saw Ken Delanian, who is the one who reported that. He insists that the sources were not Trump's lawyers but government officials. But like you said, it's how is that possible?
He doesn't know.
How could this be done?
Even government officials don't know. They still have that whole secret,
right.
The whole secret trial going on that has been leaked to nobody.
Most special counsel investigations last for an average of 5 years, and this one is the biggest one ever.
Yeah, this can go on for a while, but he's not going to be able to. He's probably not going to last the whole time because it's getting really close to him now. And even if he does last, the dirt will start to come out eventually, and he won't be able to get reelected.
Do you know he has 17 investigations?
Yeah.
I mean, how is that possible?
17 investigations.
Most people go through the whole life with the bare minimum contact with any. How is that possible?
He's Trump. He does it big.
So speaking of which, there were two more Mueller indictments. Bijan Kijan. By the way, that's like a rapper's name or something.
Right. That's a good name. I do like that name.
Bijan Kijan drops his new single. And this other guy, Camille out. Anyway, Mike Flynn basically gave them to Mueller. They were involved in some illegal lobbying with Turkey. So Mueller handed that case off to a Virginia court, and they were both indicted. One guy's here, that would be Bijan, and the other guy is out of pocket.
Well, yeah, see, that took a turn. I didn't expect Turkey to get involved in this as well, but it looks like it's going worldwide. Talk
about something that would be a major like Mike Flynn tried to lobby our government so Turkey could extradite a guy and kill him. Like that itself would be a front page all-time American scandal. Like,
not this time.
Right. They straight
not
up
this time.
Take this guy out of the country, and Turkey literally would kill this guy, or at best put him in jail.
Right. It's kind of the theory of, if you see a little poop on the ground, you're really upset about that poop, and that poop that you're looking at is the biggest story in the room. But if the whole room is full of shit,
I never heard that theory before.
That little poop. That little
Wait,
poop doesn't mean anything anymore.
I-
So Trump's filling a room full of shit.
I have to ask, did you just come up with that now?
Yeah. I did just come up with that now.
Me-
But it's great, though, because think about it. If you had a little piece of poop in the room, you would fixate on that little piece of poop, and that little poop would be the biggest news.
Your Meet the Press audition is going really well right now.
But
Chuck-
if you have a room full of poop,
Chuck-
you don't care about that little poop.
Chuck Todd is like, you know what? Let's on second thought, I'm going to replace you with Hugh Hewitt. We really can't. Actually,
Hey.
I would enjoy that.
Hey, at least I'm keeping it clean.
No, you always
At least I said poop.
you keep it real, and I hate that word, so we'll be that's the cap right here. But it was an amazing theory. Yeah, Chuck Todd won't be calling anymore.
No.
And then also in major news, and I know you were pretty broken up about this. The Trump Foundation dissolved.
Yeah, I am upset about that.
Because when you were a kid,
it was doing so much for me. The Trump Foundation.
didn't it help bring you up as a kid?
It helped me.
in L.A.
It helped me. It helped all of us in LA. The Trump Foundation did so much good for us.
Yeah, I can recall as a kid. I used to walk 20 miles to school until the
20
Trump
miles to school.
until the Trump Foundation
Until the Trump Foundation stepped in. And then it became 40.
No, but bro, how are you literally gonna Yeah, then it was 60 and I had to pay.
And you had to pay. And you had to give them your shoes.
Well, let me ask you a question. How can you have a foundation that literally did nothing?
Everybody has foundations that do nothing, but he has a foundation that does nothing. Got busted, and he's still the president.
But most crooks at least will try to have like the bare minimum of like a little something, but he was like, nah.
How is it that this man, everything he's done has been dirty? Every single thing.
And how did he never get held accountable?
Every single thing he's done has been dirty.
And jokes aside, one of the enduring questions is that I haven't been able to see answered is how is a 40-year crime history? How was he able to get away with that? All those dirty dealings in New York, nobody is that lucky. Did he bribe the right people?
Yeah, of course.
It's truly amazing.
He bribed the right people. He's been doing this since, the early 70s?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's when he went out on his own.
Right.
Well, he was never out on his own because he always
his father was involved prior to that. So.
Yeah. I think some of it might have been it was easier to get away with some of those crimes back then with, there were less computers. It was harder to track things.
Right.
But really, someone needs to answer that question because journalists have been reporting on this guy for a long time. It was out there. The dirty deeds were out there.
Right. Well, it's the same thing, just like with Harvey Weinstein. Everybody knew what Harvey Weinstein had been doing all this time, and he's just been getting away with it until now. So it's kind of the same thing for Trump. I guess that somebody's going to get held accountable somewhere.
That's a good point. It's all coming. Everything's coming back now.
Right. Accountability is the new word.
Yeah.
So Trump and the people that allowed this to happen will also be held accountable.
This is going to be. They're going to be writing about this for hundreds of years. Assuming there is still a world and he doesn't get us nuked or whatever.
Right. I've been talking about this with everybody forever. I'm so excited about the TV shows, the movies, the comic books, the cartoons, everything Trump that's going to be coming up.
I want to play Michael Cohen for sure. Yeah.
I want to play me on the Mueller Time podcast.
Okay. Oh, dude, by then we're going to be, I'm trying to move our thing into TV right now. And I met with one or two people. And so absolutely.
Oh, well, every girl I've met said, I absolutely have a face for radio.
That joke always works.
It does.
Yeah.
I never get tired of that.
No, it's
It's an oldie, but a goodie. I never get tired of that one.
That's like with Chris and I. Every time we talk about, like, we got a webcam and we're getting ready to, but then we put it off because we're like, dude, it's so cool to just be able to roll up and not worry about how you look.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
I was able to just walk from next door, just walk right on over.
Yeah, Mel. Well, I can't. We're in an undisclosed location, but yeah.
But I just walked right on over.
it was weird. Like when Chris and I started posting videos when we went to Politicon, and the first videos of us, and we started getting comments like random people commenting on like how you look or what you're wearing, and I was like, yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
that's not cool.
It was like, what, like, really? Like I'm I got a lot to do here. Like I don't have
Right.
time for this, man.
Right. I have something to talk to you about.
And
Don't just treat me like eye candy.
Yeah, and every woman who's ever been alive is like, see,
Yeah.
you know,
See what it feels like.
see what it's like.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah, that was yeah, it's fun though. I like doing the video thing. So, yeah, Syria. Yeah, we're pulling out of Syria, and when you talked before about Trump being about how the right turned on him, man, they really turned on his ass about the Syria thing.
Yeah. He's going.
I know.
It's so much. It's always so overwhelming, everything that happens with Trump on a constant basis. It's just always so overwhelming. But Kelly, he's out of there.
Yeah,
He's out. And he's out now.
yeah.
He doesn't get to wait until February.
Oh, do you mean Mattis or Kelly?
Oh, Mattis.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
no, you know what?
Mattis.
It's easy to get because there's so many.
It's so many. It's so many.
Dude, freaking Quiznos has a better retention rate than this guy. No,
It's so many people.
bro, do you know what the turnover is? Seriously, I looked it up. 70% in this administration.
Dude, it's so many people. Nobody wants to work for this guy.
Man, Subway, just keep it going. You can take your pick of shitty places to work. They're all
doing better. The unemployment rate is better on the outside than it is with Trump and his organization.
The thing about Syria is that many people, myself included, don't believe that we should be fighting wars all over the world, but it's how he does it. He's just, yeah, bye. There's people who are going to die because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Right. You can't just pull out like that.
Like on Twitter, dude. Imagine you're a Kurdish fighter. You're
following him on Twitter, and
yeah.
it's like, okay, pull out. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to chill now. Wait for them to leave and then go right back at it.
That's kind of what the first Bush did in the first Gulf War.
Mm-hmm.
He told the Iraqis to rise up against Saddam, and then he was like, peace.
Right. Now, here's the irony of all of this. Are you ready for this?
I sure am.
He's doing exactly what he claimed Obama did, and that's what created ISIS to begin with, and that was pulling out too early.
It's all projection with him. Everything he says is what he does.
Everything he says is what he does.
And I'm sorry, were you going to say something?
No, go ahead.
The other thing is that, as everyone who listens to this show knows, his foreign policy in the last week and some other things he did mirrors Vladimir Putin's goals. Like, you can't tell me that after all the things that happened last week, you know, Syria, the pulling some sanctions on a guy I'm going to talk about later, and then something else, you can't tell me that he didn't straight up get a phone call from them. They were like, yo, time to deliver, motherfucker.
Look, Trump is involved in everything. Trump never lets his people just go wander off and do anything without his full knowledge.
No.
First of all, we all know that. So for all of these people to get indicted by Trump and Trump sitting there claiming he didn't know, that's BS. I don't believe any of that at all. And nobody believes that. Trump's not that type of guy.
Right. Like with the Trump Tower meeting, still saying that you didn't know in your own building, one floor below your office.
Right. That's going on. Right. Oh, but I didn't sign the paperwork for Trump Moscow. Oh, but here's the paperwork. I mean,
Right. So yeah, Syria, you know, it's okay. It's a very serious situation. You know, they have Bashar al-Assad is a bloodthirsty dictator, has killed, I think, 500,000 or more of his own people. And, you know, the world was right to intervene, but to pull out like this is insane. And by the way, ISIS is not vanquished. There's always going to be whatever. I mean, you get it.
Yeah. Look, again, it's just Trump being Trump. Trump doing what he says he hated about the other person. Hillary's emails, Trump did the same thing. Pulling out of war too early, saying Obama was horrible, he's doing the same thing. He does everything that he says everybody's wrong for.
And he's doing it because literally a foreign power controls him. He literally is accomplishing their goals.
Right.
Wait till it all comes out. Maybe I don't even. It could be 100 years from now when they get all the wiretaps and the stuff.
Well, remember, there's tapes.
Yeah, those tapes.
So there's still tapes that we haven't heard yet. Look, there's so much that's going to come out of this presidency.
Dude, there's going to be so much that I'm going to have to spin off Mueller time into other. We're going to have like 4 different ones.
Into 4 different episodes.
You can have your own one. Yeah, this is Mueller time. CSI, Mueller time Miami.
Right.
This shit is too much.
It's just too much. It's too much to cover. You have to go by all of these things one by one. Look, they got 33. Mueller's team has 33 indictments already.
I'm going to franchise this thing then.
You're going to have to franchise it. It's too much information for just 2 people to handle.
Right, but as you said, 33 indictments. What is it? 6 convictions? I'm losing track.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe we're at 6 convictions.
Yeah, so I'll totally franchise this thing.
All right, look, let's go through the list.
Okay.
Because I think people have forgotten about all the indictments that Mueller's probe has pulled already. So 1, we got George Papadopoulos. He was a former Trump campaign foreign policy advisor. He was arrested in 2017, pleaded guilty last October. We got Paul Manafort, Trump's former campaign chair. He was indicted in a total of 25 different counts by Mueller's team, related mainly to his past work for Ukrainian politics and his finances, okay? Then we have Rick Gates, a former Trump campaign aide and Manafort's longtime junior partner. So he was indicted on similar charges to Manafort.
If we run through all these things,
We'll be here forever. We got Michael Flynn. We got 13 Russian nationals. We got Richard Pinedo. Come on. We got Alex
Vanderswan. Yeah,
Vanderswan.
Yeah.
We got so many people. We got 12 GRU officials. Michael Cohen. I mean, the list just keeps going and going and going.
Or as Republicans say, what happened? What's going on?
Exactly. What are you talking about?
So in other news, our new Attorney General, I have some great news. Matt Whitaker has been cleared by Matt Whitaker. Did you know he cleared himself to run the Mueller investigation?
Right, of course.
He cleared himself.
It's like being in Georgia. The guy in charge of the elections is the guy running in the election.
Yeah.
So
right.
Same thing again here. The guy in charge of making sure that he's cleared. He's the guy clearing himself.
This is what I love about Matt Whitaker, though. Matt Whitaker went to the ethics department within the Justice Department. He said, "Yo." Well, he didn't say "yo," but you know what I mean.
He probably did.
Yo, what up? No. Have you seen that guy? No, he definitely.
He definitely did not.
No, he's not. He's not urban flavored.
No.
So he asked them, "Hey, can I run the Mueller investigation?" They said no, and he said, "Cool, I'm gonna run it then." Like because it's a toothless thing because they don't have any power.
Right. Yeah.
But we really don't know what he's been doing, to be honest with you. Other than that, he looks like the kingpin. We don't know what's going on with him. I suspect that his authority is limited, but he's still dangerous. He's a company man.
Look, it's Boeing running the Pentagon.
Are you talking about our new Secretary of Defense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boeing is now running the Pentagon.
Right. So Mattis, as you said, who quit and then was fired, which is impossible, but whatever.
And now we have Patrick Shanahan.
Thanks. I couldn't. Their names are like almost like
it's so many people. It's just coming and going.
It's so many corrupt white people.
It's just so many corrupt people.
And Ben Carson.
Yeah. What is Ben Carson been up to? I haven't heard anything from him at all.
But Joe, let me ask you a question. But seriously, like it's almost a comic level of racist that you install the only black person you know as the head of HUD.
Oh yeah, no, that was racist from day one. I saw that immediately as racist. As soon as I was like, yeah, dick.
Like, really? You couldn't even just like not do that?
Couldn't put him in charge of anything medical, something he would know about because he's a brain surgeon. No, we're going to put him in charge of housing and urban development, because he's black.
That's just like trolling people. Like that's
because he's black. We're going to put him in charge of HUD, but he's a brain surgeon.
So as you said, Patrick
Shanahan is the acting secretary.
Right. So today. Oh, go ahead.
He was in charge of Boeing.
Right. So I tried to read about this guy, and there's basically No information on him.
Of course not.
Of
course not, because he was at Boeing.
But what I was able to read, as you said, he has absolutely. I don't even know how he got this position. I'm sure he just paid his way in like everyone else. He has no experience. He's no government experience. He has no experience running a government agency. So look, I don't know.
He was there.
He's there.
He was walking down the hall.
Yeah.
Trump saw him. You, what's your name? Patrick Shanahan. You're my new acting secretary. What's that? Just come in here.
Yeah. We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Will you do what I say?
Exactly.
Right. To be honest with you, at this point, I mean, I hate to even say this, but it doesn't even matter.
No, none of it matters.
Even, let me ask you, the thing about Mattis, the general media, the way it was portrayed was that Mattis was keeping him from doing things. So my question is, what the hell was he controlling? This guy's been running like a maniac for 2 years.
Well, apparently there was a lot more things that Trump wanted to do. He wanted to pull out of NATO.
Oh, yeah.
So we stopped that from happening.
Another Russian objective.
Right.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of stuff that Mattis has been able to stop Trump from doing. They've been pulling papers from Trump's desk left and right since Trump's been in there. So that adult is gone now.
I have to ask, though, since he can't even read, what's the point of
pulling papers? Because they probably print it in big block letters for him.
Yeah.
This means, yes, go to war.
And also on the Syria tip, Mattis was not the only one who resigned. I believe his name is Brett McGurk. Brett McGurk was actually in charge of the global fight against ISIS, our fight. He was our special envoy, and he was the guy who really was the boss on the ground. And he bounced, I think, yesterday. I don't know if you saw that.
No.
Yeah. No, because he wasn't, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't even really know who he was. So, but he was a pretty important guy and respected. So, of course, from his perspective, this is a disaster. He's been working for years, and he knows all the players, and he got them to work together on some level. So he's like, "Fuck it."
So let's look at this. Let's put this in some perspective. Trump has everyone around him being indicted. He has pulled out of a war earlier than he should have. He's probably going to go to jail very, very soon. He's trying to get this wall built, and he's shut down the government. Merry Christmas.
On that note, Diefendorf is our sponsor. Mel, check it out. I'm wearing it right here.
Oh, sweet watch.
Yeah, Diefendorf is the American watch company. I grew up with their founder, James. I don't know if I've had a chance to tell you about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you guys go to getagreatwatch.com and you check out the watch.
Oh, it's got that same movement like Rolex.
Swiss movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah, they're amazing watches, and you get $50 off with discount code LOCKHIMUP.
All right, discount code LOCKHIMUP. How much off again?
$50.
$50 off if you say lock 'em up.
And guys, if you go to the site too, you can take there's a quiz set up there that actually teaches you about watches. Mel, you should definitely check that out.
Okay.
You can learn all about, like you said, Swiss movement, all kinds of stuff. But
yeah, it's pretty flashy watch.
Dude, I've been wearing it literally every day.
Yeah, that's nice.
I wear it to sleep. I wear it when I get up.
Mm-hmm.
I wear it through my, you get the idea.
Yeah. It looks like a man's watch.
Well, I'm also, I got to say I'm proud of it too because Diefendorf is our first sponsor. So it means a lot to me that we have that.
Right. Well, at least it's a good looking watch.
Shoot.
So yay.
Don't try to steal it now.
I don't know. It's a pretty nice looking watch.
Yeah, man.
You're going to have to sleep with one eye open now.
No, Chris does, man.
I'm just right next door. Wait, does Chris have one too?
Oh, yeah. No.
He's got that watch?
I almost wanted to get us matching watches, but I was like, Chris thought that was corny, but
yeah,
I didn't.
That is.
Yeah, I mean,
Chris has a watch? Oh, I'm definitely going to jump Chris. I'm straight snatching his watch.
Oh, man. Yeah, so getagreatwatch.com.
What was that again?
I think I did.
What was the website for that watch?
Oh, it's getagreatwatch.com.
Okay, getagreatwatch.com.
You got something there? You look like you're about to say something.
No. I just want to make sure everybody knows about how to get
Yeah.
that watch.
So
And with that watch, again, just one more thing. You said the code is what?
lock him up.
Lock him up,
Yeah.
not lock her up.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Lock him up.
that's the Sean Hannity show's code
Okay.
for your dick enlargement pills or whatever they sell in those.
Whatever they're selling.
So we have a new resident to our neighborhood. I don't know if you saw this. This is
No.
true. I'm not making this up. George Papadopoulos has moved about 3 blocks away from us.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No, actually, I did hear something. I did. No, to be honest, no, I absolutely didn't. I was like, what? And I just kept going. I was like, this is too much. I'm like, this is just too much. I don't want to know. He's in the neighborhood.
George Papadopoulos, the other day, I was online,
Mm-hmm.
as I often am,
Right.
and George Papadopoulos posts this photo. And again, George Papadopoulos, who launched the entire Mueller probe,
Mm-hmm.
when he got drunk and blabbed to an Australian diplomat that he was working with Russia. Basically.
Right.
He posts this picture. He's like, "This is my new local diner," and I'm like, "Oh, that looks." I'm like, "Oh my God, that's
That's our local spot.
yeah, that's the spot up the street
Oh,
that I'm not going to name."
yeah. God dog it.
It's with him and his fiance,
Wow.
and
Yeah, no, I saw something on Twitter, on the tweeter. I saw something on the tweeter. Yeah, Twitter. I saw an announcement in our area about that, and I just looked. It was
Yeah.
quick, and I was like, "What?"
it's like a be on the lookout, like the cops do, like
Right.
Russian Bolo,
Be on the lookout for.
all units. Yeah, but let me ask you this: if you were
Mhm.
part of the biggest criminal conspiracy in history,
Would I be posting pictures about where I'm eating
right?
in the neighborhood?
And
No.
And you got a total of 12 days in jail, which is pretty sweet.
Oh man, in this blue wave neighborhood.
You know what this dude posted because I do follow his account. The day before he went into jail, he posted publicly to his fiance, he's like, "I'll see you on the other side."
This dude. These are the true kings of comedy.
Like it's the Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, these are the true kings of comedy. These guys are doing it and getting away with everything.
He's like, "Red, am I ever going to get out of here? Motherfucker, you'll be out in 10 days.
10 days. You're doing 10 hard days, my friend. He's not even going to get raped in 10 days.
Oh, see, that was a little farther. No, that guy's serious.
Hey, that's what keeps me out. That's what keeps me out of prison.
So yeah, this guy literally, people have been messaging me all day like, "Can you get him on the show?" And I was like, honestly, I would.
Yeah, you probably could.
And I bet he would come on too.
Yeah, I think so too. And it wouldn't even be a far walk for him.
And he's actually, believe it or not, he's kind of still under FBI investigation. I didn't even know that was possible because he was basically, his time with Mueller is done.
Mm-hmm.
But check this out. Someone sent a letter to our congressman, Adam Schiff, that said that there's more going on. And I heard Schiff on TV saying that the letter said Papadopoulos didn't tell them everything. And they said they're taking the letter seriously. So now the FBI is looking at him again.
Wow. Thanks.
Like, wow. And you're posting pictures.
Posting pictures all up in my neighborhood.
Right.
Bringing the heat to my hood. What's wrong with him?
And he's a drinker too. I mean, we all know that.
Yeah. Bringing the heat to my hood. Now I can't even go to the bar because he's going to be up in there.
Right.
Just jib-jabbing. Just talking nonsense.
Now Mel's worried.
Now I am worried.
You know.
I can't go to the bar now. You did get me worried now. Go in there, you start telling me some stupid Russian stories. Now I'm all involved.
Mel was the victim of an LAPD. Are you George? No, I'm not him.
No.
Do I look like him?
Right. Mistaken identity. They're pulling me over now.
You know, it's sad. I ran through it like, oh, yeah, I forgot about this. So during the same week that Trump was mysteriously mimicking the foreign policy of one of our sworn enemies, they also, he lifted sanctions on Oleg Deripaska, who's one of the biggest Russian oligarchs. We sanctioned him because he was part of the election.
Okay.
What happened? So all of a sudden, basically Trump was like, "No, we're cool," and he lifted the sanctions.
Look, nothing surprises me with Trump anymore. Nothing surprises me with Trump anymore.
like I said, I think the fact that it happened all last week, like, I'm not even joking. I think he literally got a phone call that was like, we put you in here and now it's stop fucking around. It's time to pay up. Because he hasn't delivered to them, really.
Mm-hmm.
He's delivered chaos, but a lot of it was about the sanctions and about that they can't do business.
Right. Look at Trump. He's still the master. Again, like I said, as soon as you get something really good on him, as soon as you see some good poop on the floor, he just poops everywhere. And now you can't even be mad about that one thing because it's poop everywhere.
I'm going to put that at the ceiling there. So
that's
that metaphor is
that's good for
it's
Trump.
Cool. You can when you franchise out with Mueller Time Miami, you can use that to your heart's content.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on my T-shirt. Poop everywhere.
And we're cool with that now.
Yeah. When in doubt, poop
all right.
everywhere.
You got it. You done now. So what's up with you, man? You got any Christmas plans?
Just the family. They're still here in town, so
yeah,
just hanging out with them. The local beach scene.
Kicking it with Papadopoulos and them.
Yep. You know how hard life is here, living near the water.
Yeah. So
it's going to be 70, 75 degrees on Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm going to be by the beach, eating. Yeah. Life is hard.
Chilling, right?
Chilling.
But it's weird, though. Sometimes you do wonder if it isn't that true calm before the storm. I mean, look, and by the way, I would like to take at this time to wish Mueller Time listeners, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. It's been a great year, and getting to talk to all of you and just doing the show has been, it really is an honor. And doing it with Chris and then you, Mel, coming in.
Thank you.
We got so much. You're welcome. And next year, as bad as I think this is, we're going to keep doing this show.
Yeah, because this isn't going away. And then once all the indictments go down and the whole Mueller case is wrapped up and Trump's in jail, we'll still have something to talk about.
It's like we took some heat one time from like this guy Dan Bongiorno, who's like a Fox News guy. He's like, well, the story doesn't matter, but the point is, he reposted our thing and they were like, how are you going to call your show Mueller Time when it's over? And I'm like, does this look like it's going to be over anytime soon?
Right. Yeah, true. It's not going to be over anytime soon.
Yeah.
Well, according to NBC, we got until at least February.
Yeah.
Look, this is going to be going on for years. This is going to be going on for years, people.
No, it really is.
Yeah, in order for them to get a sitting president, this case is going to have to be airtight. And I think they're going to bring Pence in with it also. Oh,
there's no... Pence, you never hear about him because he's trying to lay low.
Right. He knows to be quiet. Stay off the Twitter. Stay off the Twitter, Pence.
Pence is like the guy in the safe house, like in The Wire. He's right. I mean, he's not because he's the opposite of anyone on The Wire, but you know what I mean?
But he's chilling. He's laying low, keeping his mouth shut.
Yeah. Like when Weebay went to Philadelphia.
Look, let me tell you, Pence is not going to make it to presidency either. Mueller's going to get him as well.
And then as was that you and I talked about President Pelosi?
Yes. Oh my God. I got so excited when I thought about that. I said, do you think we can still get a President Pelosi? Because if Trump goes down and we get Pence to go down, then it just leaves Pelosi and we could get our female in the presidency. That'd be fantastic. I'm totally up for that.
There's a couple more things I'm going to bring up, but before I do that, is there anything about Mueller or anything you want to talk about?
No.
Oh, that's succinct. I like that. Man, I just thought of this. It was that guy, one of the guys who they interviewed early on, Rob Goldstone, who was the music executive who set up he was one of the guys that set up the Trump Tower meeting. He was talking about how when he was interviewed by the special counsel, he thought it was going to be this whole like big thing, like walk in, it's like A Few Good Men, and it's just this conference room.
Mm-hmm.
And they just drive you in, and I don't know, I just found that very fitting that it's all business with Mueller.
Yeah.
Mueller's such the man, he wasn't even there. it's like the guy who doesn't show up at the club.
Right.
You know, like come to my birthday.
Come to my birthday. He doesn't even come through.
You didn't even go to the club.
He's cooler than his own party. He's cooler than his own party.
You know what I saw one time? I was at a club in New York, and Ice-T walks in, and everyone goes crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even look at anyone. He just walks up into the back room with Coco, but you could see them, and he pulls out a book and just starts reading.
Nice.
I'm like, that's a real player.
That's a real player. Just sit up in there and just start learning.
Just
pull up in the club. It's time to learn. These fools up in here drinking. I'm about to get my learn on.
Everyone's like, yeah, there was nothing. The pages were blank, but
it was all about how to become a big star.
Yeah,
he's doing well though. Good for him.
Yeah, no question.
Ice-T, Ice Cube,
all the ices,
doing well.
Yeah. You know, one more thing. In comedy news, they're trying to crowdfund the border wall.
Oh my Lord!
Did you see that?
Yes, they're up to. I think now they're up to 6 million. I think they're up to 6 million now.
Yeah, yeah. This shady, of course, because who else? Some shady operator in Florida started this thing.
Right.
This guy's he's a grifter for sure. So they're trying to crowdfund it, even though you can't do that, because even if you did raise $5 billion, you can't donate that to the government to do a government project. Like, that's just not allowed. But I just think it's awesome that, I mean, it's kind of funny.
Look, the problem with the internet is Florida.
Yeah.
This is how we learned about Florida, is by having the internet. We learned we should not have Florida.
Yeah.
I know we didn't have Puerto Rico. We should also get rid of Florida.
Man, we should, I mean, all due
we
respect.
should bring Puerto Rico in.
That's what I was going to say.
A swap.
Yeah. All due respect to our friends, you know, I love Florida. I got love for Florida, but the leadership in Florida, you guys have to go.
Okay.
Mel's like, no, just fuck the whole state.
Just Florida.
One of our friends of the show lives there, and I can picture him laughing right now because he sends me all kinds of crazy ass updates about what's going on in Clearwater.
Yeah, look, I talked to a lot of Floridians, and they all get it.
Yeah,
they know. They watch the local news. They just shake their heads too.
So guys, if you want to follow the show, we're on Twitter at Mueller Time Pod, Facebook Mueller Time Podcast. Again, the Patreon is patreon.com/Mueller Time. It's $5 a month if you like what we do. Mel will get his cut eventually.
Eventually. Yeah, let me see that sweet watch again.
Yeah. That's Diefendorf, our sponsor. Thank you.
Nice. I'm digging that.
Yeah, man.
What kind of band is that?
Oh, man. I think it's carbon fiber. You put me on the spot now.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I'm digging that. That's a sweet watch.
And we're on Instagram as well, Mueller Time Pod. And we Mueller Time.
Throw a picture of that watch on Instagram.
I put it up on our Facebook page, but that's a great idea. I will.
You should do that. That's a sweet watch.
And then if you guys want to reach out, I always Chris and I both like hearing from people. So it's MuellerTimePodcast@gmail or the social media. Literally anything. If something's on your mind, you have something to plug, you got something you think we should know about, or you just want to say hello, that would be cool.
Reach out.
Mel, anything you want to add?
No, nothing. Just tell Papadopoulos I'll meet him at the bar.
Word up. Yeah.
I'll meet him at the bar.
Otherwise, I want to thank you guys. Have a Merry Christmas.
Yes, have a very Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a very happy holidays. Stay safe out there.